Planner friends, it's Nia. Welcome to Life with Nia. Today we are doing a mid-month budget check-in. I am just gonna real quick, or what I thought was gonna be real quick, replace the cover on here. These are not punched well. So, matter of fact, they're not punched at all. They're not all the way cut out. Anyway, January is going fairly well financially, I think. I would like to be making a little bit more progress on debt, but I know that I am also burning the candle at both ends, trying to actively save and pay the debt at the same time. So, if I don't pick a lane, that is just what it's going to be. So, I've got to work on being okay with that. So, we'll see. We may reassess for February, just depending on how January ultimately ends up. I have never had one of these not punched all the way. And then now I have stuff all over the place. Anyway, now that we've tackled that task, I was wondering, like, didn't I buy some new covers for 2023 and I could not find it? So here we go. Anyway, okay, so income expenses, business expenses, debt, cash envelopes, sinking funds, and goals is what we are going to cover, starting with income for January. So what was anticipated was $79.49 to date. January 15th, we are at $71.25. So we have about $823 to go to hit that amount, which I think we should be able to do. For expenses, or not expenses, but for goals first. So for goals, I have done the extra $60 to PayPal, which if you watched, I think it was I know for sure it was my debt video in the budget series, but I think I talked about it in the budget setup video that I had paid off a card, and so I was going to take the payment amount for that card, sort of like in a snowball method, and apply it to this PayPal credit and get that, work towards getting that paid off. So I did that, and we have a goal to save $750. We'll talk about that when we get to savings in just a moment. I don't even know what my revenue is this month so far. I would say it's probably, so the goal was $3,000. I would say we're probably at half that, which is not bad considering we're halfway through the month. And we'll talk about the debt pay down when we get to the debt section. I have been tracking expenses, and I have not worked on Shopify. I might do that tomorrow though. And then finishing QuickBooks, so I'm almost done. I have mileage to enter into QuickBooks, and also I have some receipts for the last quarter that I need to finish. And so once that's done, then I can do my quarterly tax payment, which I think is due next week, and then also be ready to have my taxes prepared for 2022. So that is where we're at on goals. And like I said, we'll talk about the specifics on the savings and debt when we get to that section. So for expenses this month, so far, nothing has been, well, I was going to say nothing's been out of the ordinary, but that's not necessarily true. So Dish, I am canceling Dish. The price had gone up to $105, but here's the kicker. I go to turn on my TV on, oh, it was probably like the 2nd or 3rd of January, and it did not work. I can watch QVC. So my equipment is outdated. I'm no longer receiving a signal. And I called them and they gave me a whole bunch of Who Shot John. So I was like, I'm going to call you back. Because first of all, we met on the phone for an hour because y'all are putting me on hold and transferring me here, there, and everywhere. And I don't have time for this. So, they had offered to like lower my price, but it wasn't appealing to me. I get I have Sprint. Sprint got bought by T-Mobile. I'm still on a Sprint plan. The Sprint plan that I am on gives me Hulu free. So I upgraded to Hulu Live, and I think it's like $85, but for me it's $70 because I still get the credit for Sprint for the Hulu. If I ever change to a T-Mobile plan, then I won't get that anymore. But still, $85 is better than $105, which was what Dish had raised the price to. So all that to say, we canceled Dish. We now have Hulu Live, and it is a $35 difference in price. So I'm saving a little bit of money there. The next thing that I'm looking at changing is car insurance, home insurance. So like right now it's $169 for all of that. It's going to over $200. They're absolutely ridiculous. I have Nationwide, which is a pretty reputable and big company, but goodness gracious, y'all are greedy. I have not driven enough for it to even be justifiable. I have a very good driving record. I have no accidents, no claims. Why are y'all raising my rates? And I know rates are going up everywhere, but that makes no sense to me. So I will not be a customer much longer because I'm pretty sure I can get something cheaper somewhere else. I know people who have like a whole family on their plan and they don't pay as much as I pay. So make it make sense. But I haven't done that yet. So this is the last month, or yeah, I think this is the last month. I think it renews in February, that we will be at $169.31. I don't know what we will be after that, but we're not going to be at that over $200 price that they're trying to charge me for shizzle. So that is that. Okay, so we did, like I said, the extra $60 to PayPal. And I actually did extra to Ashley and Discover as well. And I've been paying on this darn Afterpay. So we're working that out. Business expenses, nothing out of the ordinary there. I was going to cancel this Gold City and then I just didn't. So I'm on the fence about it still. I do use it. I'm able to get like a lot of great templates and things from them. So we're going to see what we ultimately decide to do. For my instant ink, I don't know what happened. I have like a handful of things that I need to look at a little bit more in detail. This is one of them. I was, without fail, for years, billed on the 4th for one of my printers. All of a sudden, now it's the 14th. I don't know why. Same amount, but why is it 10 days later? So I need to look into like why that happened. So just like the things that are blank are just, they have not come out yet. Almost everything on the business side is auto pay. So if it's blank, it's because it hasn't come out yet. Same thing with the expenses over here. I don't have to pay the Hulu yet. I think the first time it'll be billed is February. The other thing is I don't know how it's going to be billed because I signed up on the Hulu website, but it's like I said, it was through the phone bill, through Sprint. So I think it's going to be on my T-Mobile bill. We'll see when I get the next bill. So yeah, everything that's there is what's been paid so far. The things that are in pencil are things that I may pay additional on, and so that's why I wrote it in pencil. And then once I have the final number, I'll write it in ink. So that is what is going on with the expenses. And then for business expenses, I put a little miscellaneous here. To date, I've spent about $189 on miscellaneous things. That's primarily for the planner sesh box, the spring box. Okay, so for, we'll come back to cash envelopes and sinking funds. For debt, we started the month at $32,607 and 43 cents. This is focus debt. Everything has not been paid yet, so it's kind of hard to gauge mid-month like where we're at. A lot of these are paid at the end of the month, or like they're paid mid-month, and like the statement, what do you call it, like your closing balance. So whatever it is, you pay the bill and then you have like a closing date and then in any interest post. That hasn't happened yet, so I don't have a good number as to what the current balance is until that happens. So the ones that are blank, I don't know what the number is just yet. Coupled with, I may make an additional payment. So what I did was I added up the things that I knew were good, and then I added the old amount. And I came out with, I didn't write it down, but I want to say it was 31, I can tell you, 32,607. It was 31,816. Like if these things that I don't have a number stayed the same. 31,816, which is a $791 difference lower. So we know it's going to be lower than that. So I feel like I'm on track to paying down $1,000 this month. We will see. In large part, getting the Afterpay and Klarna pay down will help with that. So on track on the debt payment. For my variable expenses that are cash envelopes, we started with $260 in groceries. We're down to $109. We started with $80 eating out. We have $39. Bulk shopping, $152 is down to $112. Gas was $128. We still have $128, and household was $20, and we still have $20. So that is moving along well this month. We haven't overspent in any areas. And then I have a Every Plate box coming next week, but it doesn't come until Friday, so it'll really be meals for the 23rd through the 27th. However, I think I have plenty of food here that I don't need to go grocery shopping, so I think we're going to do good on groceries this month. We'll see. For our cash envelope, so we took out $859. I did say I wanted to go back and put aside like $50 for the estate box, so I'm at some point going to do that this month. These are a combination of cash envelopes that we spend each month, like groceries, household, eating out, gas, etc., but also sinking funds. So for our sinking funds this month, for the most part, everything has been largely savings with the exception of a few things. Petey's medication, of course, which comes out every month. Spent $40 at Sam's Club. I also paid my Sam's Club membership, so it was $53.88 because taxes. The great state of California. And then I got back a $5 bill, so I just called it $59. They also gave me a $5 credit. So I guess my membership was, instead of being like $50 to renew, it was like $45 because they recently raised the price, but then they gave you a $5 to offset, which, like, why raise it if you're going to give back the amount you raised it, but whatever. So that is done. You'll see a lot of things renew in February: Costco, Amazon Prime, Canva. I'm going to also go next week to the post office and see if I can renew my P.O. box. It's not due until June. I've saved $134. It's $184, so I am $50 short. However, they are raising the rates. I don't know how much, because they sent a notice that we're raising rates but didn't say how much. And I think the new rates go into effect January 23rd. So I want to see, even though mine is not due until June, if I can raise it now. I'll eat the $50 and find it somewhere and to save. Because that would be my preference. And then I did take $425 to cover a legal expense, to retain an attorney. And so that came out of my emergency fund. I could have taken it from somewhere else, but that was just easy for me. So that is where we're at on sinking funds. I think come the end of the month, we'll still be over 10,000. So that is good as far as that is concerned. For savings this month, we are at, so the goal is 750, we're at 531, and so that gives us about $219 to go. And in addition to the 100 envelope challenge, we've got the 52-week, the 0 out, the self-care, loose change, which I don't really count, $5 bills. PD is whining. He's not going to say hi, though. And then the Budget Mom Savings Challenge. This is a low Budget Mom Savings Challenge, so I may see if I can find something else to do for the remainder of the month, because I was thinking I got more mail than I actually get, and so you count your mail on a specific day, and then that is the amount that you save. And so as you can see, I've saved $9 through this, so it's not the most rewarding savings challenge. But that is basically where we are at for the month. Bulk of the bills are paid. We've got a few things left for the rest of the month, and we will see where we're at. We're just going to sort of watch the spending on the business side, but also on groceries and eating out to stay in budget, and we'll see where we go from there. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know how your budget is going this month. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.